Alright, before we hop into the video today, just a quick thank you to our sponsor, Sports TNB. Hey, if you play 2K, you know the grind is real. The badge grind can get tough, so if you're looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K account with max badges and everything like that, visit sportstnb.com. Make sure to let him know Hayden YT sent you, and he'll get you everything you need. He's legit. First link in the description down below. Go check it out. Alright, what's going on YouTube? Hayden here. Today we're back with a brand new video. Alright, before we hop into today's topics, make sure to hit the like button as it really helps out the channel. Hit the red subscribe button. Hit the post notification bell to know when I post content on this channel. Comment down below what you think of this video and the topics that are going to be discussed today. So with that said, let's get right into it. Alright, so it's a busy week in regards to the 2020 Georgia recruiting class and recruiting in general, as the Under Armour game and the All-American Bowl are this week. The Under Armour game is here in a few days, and then the All-American Bowl is January 6th, I'm pretty sure. So the main topics in today's video are going to be based around the Under Armour game, the All-American Bowl, specifically in regards to some interviews and stuff from yesterday's media day at the Under Armour game, and some updates on three key priorities for Georgia: Zach Evans, Darnell Washington, and Kelee Ringo. And then I'll have an update of some sorts for Broderick Jones. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So first up, the main topic of the video is going to be based around Zach Evans, as he did a interview with Dog Nation and a couple other people yesterday during the media day, and we got some interesting information out of him, a couple of hints or whatnot pointing towards the team that he may be signing with here. So one of those was that the school he is signing with has a strong position coach, and if you think about it, we have Dell McGee at Georgia, who is a good recruiter, and a lot of guys talk about him when it comes in regards to being recruited. And he said that a position coach has a history of putting players into the NFL. So before we hop into this next point, the three schools that Evans noted that were his final three schools would be Alabama, LSU, and Georgia. And he gave off a strong hint that seems to be pointed towards Georgia when he said one of their backs just played in the Super Bowl as a freshman. That's a hint, and that's what he told reporter Bud Elliott. And if you look back to last year's Super Bowl, former Georgia running back Sony Michel played in the Super Bowl with the New England Patriots, and that seems to be the only guy that statement could be pointing towards. So that's a huge hint, and a pretty obvious hint if you really think about it and look at it, if that is true, if the statement is true that that's the school that he's signing with. So that's some huge news for Georgia fans to hear. I'm excited about that news because I really want Zach Evans. I think he can be someone who can come in and make an immediate impact on a team like Georgia, especially if someone like Sony Michel, if someone like DeAndre Swift goes to the NFL this season. So we'll see if Zach Evans ends up being a Georgia signee when it comes January 2nd during the Under Armour game. So got a lot of things to look forward to here in the next few days. So while we're on the topic of the Under Armour All-American game, Darnell Washington is someone who is also another person who will be making his decision during that game, and also someone who kind of flies under the radar because we're talking about all these huge five-star names like Zach Evans, Darnell Washington, and Kelee Ringo. Someone who flies under the radar would be cornerback Dante Manting, who is a 4-star on 247's composite rankings. He will also be making his decision during the Under Armour game. The Under Armour game also will be something to look at because we have 8 signees that will be playing in it, and those guys include Mikhail Sherman, Marcus Rosemy, Jermaine Burton, Jalen Carter, Arian Smith, Chad Lindbergh, Major Burns, and Warren Brinson. And also we have guys like Broderick Jones, Cedric Van Pran, Zach Evans, Dante Manning, and Darnell Washington playing in that game. So a lot to look forward to, a lot of people to look at and highlight when it comes to the Under Armour All-American game. And while we're on that topic as well, when I mentioned Broderick Jones, in his recent Under Armour Media Day interview, he talked about that he's still committed to Georgia. They're still his top school right now, he said, but he just has to take his official visits, and those are something that are going to be very important for him going forward. He says he has a lot of time to make this decision, which he does. He will be, I'm pretty sure, making his decision in February. A lot of time, about 6 weeks to sit here and mold his decision and to have these official visits that he's talking about that are very important to him. And it seems to be that the school that Georgia should be most worried about would be Auburn in regards to his recruiting. And moving on to the next game, January 6th, which will be the All-American Bowl in Texas. Some other signees playing in that game with the names of Kendall Milton, Tay Ratledge, Jalen Kimber. The 3 signees from Georgia will be playing in the All-American Bowl. Not as much activity going on in this game as the Under Armour game. Or the one main guy who will be anticipating the announcement of will be Kelee Ringo, the other 5-star that Georgia's looking at, the 5-star corner out of Scottsdale, Arizona. and he is crystal balled to Georgia for just about every reporter out there. It seems for a couple weeks now, ever since National Signing Day hit, and it seems to be since then, Georgia has been the favorite and the leader in his recruitment. If Georgia could find a way to pull up Zach Evans, Kelee Ringo, Darnell Washington, add them to the 2020 class, they would be the 3 highest rated players, and that would push Georgia up to probably the #1 class in the country and overtake Clemson. And then if they can end up pulling off Broderick Jones, that would tie Georgia with Clemson in regards to 5-star signees. So like I said at the beginning, this is going to be a busy next week or so in regards to Georgia recruiting and in regards to seeing these new signees if you are interested in watching them play in these in the Under Armour All-American Game and the All-American Bowl. I'm hoping that Georgia can pull off a couple of these guys, because a lot of them are slotted as favorites for Georgia. The 3 big names we talked about today are favorites and crystal ball to Georgia. So hopefully Georgia can pull it off and then find a way to pull off the likes of Broderick Jones and Van Pran in February during the traditional signing period. Alright, well I think that's all we have for today's video. Just wanted to get some updates here, as these are some pretty big things to be looking forward to. So I thought this would be a good time to make this video here couple days before the big games are coming up. So again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to put a like on the video, comment down below what you thought and what you think of these recruits and everything like that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already doing so. Hit the post notification bell to know when I post more videos like this. So yeah, it's been Hayden. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.